overhandle fresh flowers during harvest, they also jeopardize the potency and bag appeal of those flowers. If your hands, tools, and equipment tend to get coated in resin during harvest, you're likely to be touching the flowers a lot more than you otherwise would have. Probably just touching them too much. In fact, this resin is comprised of trichomes that in turn house both cannabinoids and terpenes. So getting it stuck to everything and getting everything stuck to it while you trim and while you harvest may not be ideal. Another common mistake that people make during harvest is piling fresh flowers deep inside bins for transport. So they pretty much pile flowers on top of each other. When the flowers are stacked in this fashion, they're easily squished beneath the weight of one another. In some cases, you may just break off colas or disfigure them entirely. If you guys are trimming on a smaller scale,
we wearing our dark unis, cuz.
Spread them out if you have to. Rotate them occasionally. The weight of the flowers and the gravity will literally just pull down on it and cause it to pancake on itself. Now, there are also
I can't see your shit, so.
Mistakes that you guys need to avoid. Many home growers also tend to overlook conditions in their drying. Yet the failure to keep things dialed in is an important step that can have detrimental impacts on your
fucking with some
Tropicana
poison.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys.
We got to blaze up immediately. Yeah, you only too dark on, boy.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1.
That's too dark.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
If you don't mind, my brother, could you put on the white unis or something like that there?
But when it comes to cutting plants, the most efficient way to harvest flowers is to cut the whole plant at the stem, right above the soil. One clean cut. By holding the stem and chopping the base, you can bring the plant down without making contact with a single flower. You don't have to get in
Fuck
there.
It might have been alright, I don't know.
Won't disturb anything in there. Next, I like to hang the whole plant up on a little hammer or a hook, and that works great. But again, you gotta be aware of your environment. If you're in a superhuman place, a lot of the leaf and the leaf.
That'll work right there, though, cuz. I'm old, man. I got OG eyes. That shit hit different.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a short kick taken at about the 16. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Get to know this motherfucker.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff.
There we go. Introduce yourself,
there this time for the sack. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team.
Introduce yourself. Everybody out there, get to meet this motherfucker. They shake hands with him.
Able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and we have to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start on the ground with Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
What happened last week?
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Aiden Hutchinson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing. Prescott. He's got him in. Complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
First down carry by Elliott. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Cowboys at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful. I expect them to do just that.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyler Beatty with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Marvel, and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Swift split carries down the middle with Jamal Williams in 2021, but he's one of Detroit's busiest players in the passing game. He caught 62 passes, 2nd on the team, and 4th among NFL running backs. His showing could convince the Lions to make him their RB1.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll try the air now with Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. The Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first. Play action. It's Goff. This one caught by Max Williams. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the 50, it's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now a first down throw. Goff. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. There's Goff. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now gone. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Here's Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this a very, very short kick. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, Palmer. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Goff now looking to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and they don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott, left side to Lamb.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Jaron Kearse in on the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. From the 36, Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Prescott to throw it.
Damn.
Throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Gone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Gone.
Oh!
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Final play of the half. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. But, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up across across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
He's still in this, fellas. Don't worry about it.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. It's a keeper with Prescott, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. It's about inches. Just go get it.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Dallas, Texas is the spot, third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott.
Oh, come on.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now. If they
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
89 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a first down as well.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now it's gone. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Final minute now of the third quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 37 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. From the red zone now, Goff. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Lamar on for the extra point. It's up and good. It's now 28-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. A short kick taken at the 18. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Gone. Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Open man right side is St. Brown. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 37 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Goff. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott. And this is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And again, it's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Prescott on 3rd and 2. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. A first down throw for Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Prescott. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Here's Dak. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post. Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips. And then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And he's got it to about the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Tough loss, fellas.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway. Once it happened, and knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Detroit, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.
Sorry, fellas, we be all right.
Exactly. So I'll pot my plant, let the 2 new nodes start growing, and then I'll tie them down to the sides of my pot. I'll keep tying my plant down, and then once I look over top of my plant, say after a month, and I notice a whole bunch of bud sites, like what you think is bud sites, but really it's just new nodes.
Yeah.
When I see a whole bunch of node sites, I will apply my string.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and then I untie everything off of my pot and let the plant kind of just, like, once you untie everything, it just naturally, like, goes up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I start, and then I visualize, where do I want this branch to go? And I aim it that way. Where do I want that branch to go? And I aim it that way. Then I start doing that kind of technique. But my base of the plant is already created for me training it at a young age. So by the time my plant gets old, yeah, all that training looks crazy. Because now it's big. Now it's big.
And it's hardened up and it's solid.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck, man, that's amazing. Yeah, guys, check out that tutorial, man, because like the way he breaks it down is like clockwork, science, and it makes a huge difference when it comes to like actually utilizing your screen to increase your yield. Now, something I gotta ask as well, Noble Scrubber, is that some of your lights, like you said, you don't grow like super high. So some of your lights are sort of close down to your canopy. Like how low should your lights be over your screen?
Yeah. Okay, so that is determined by your light. Like a lot of lights are different, but the way that I work my lights is I work my lights how I want my plant to grow. So that being said, if I want my plant to stretch more and try to fill my screen more, I'll keep my plant I'll keep my light like not dimmed up. I'll keep it turned down, and I'll raise it up off my canopy. Okay. That's gonna initiate your plant to like stretch a little bit for the light. Once my plant's stretching enough, and I keep on tucking, and I can get more tucks out of my plant, and I'm ready to like put the flower mode on, I will lower my light again, dim it up a little bit, like raise it up, and then there you go, switch to flower. Like that's a technique that I use to fill my screen. Is I keep my LEDs high in the vegetation stage, just so I can keep on filling my screen up. The lower my light goes, the shorter your plant is going to be, because it's just the plant thinks that light is the sun, and normally it's not going to grow into the sun. It's going to stay like right around top of the sun. It's just going to hover here, kind of like be stunted and just hang out there. But if you keep raising the sun up, the plant's going to keep on getting bigger, quicker. So that's how I work my LED lights for sure. Oh, maybe freeze.
I got you. I think we just froze for a second there, guys, but don't worry about it. We got him here still. But I got what you were saying about the light, and it pretty much thinks that it's light, you know? So makes a lot of sense, man. So the real reason I asked is because that stretching is really important sometimes for you to like control your stretch. Sometimes you don't want like super close internodal stacking, right? Because that can be a pain to just train to try to actually get those branches out of there. It's not easy.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's bang on. Like if you have your light closer, your node's going to be growing a lot closer to each other, and then that's not going to create you to be able to tuck your branches, because it's just going to sit there and build and stack, which is nice. Like that's what most people want when they grow, right? You want it just to build nodes right close together, but I want it to fill the screen first, and then I want to build the tight nodes.
I got you.
Like I kind of want my node spacing to be a little bit spread out when I'm scrogging, just so I can fill my screen holes with a little bit